everybody, how are you doing? How are you doing? So this is just gonna be a quick get ready with me. Aphrodite, bad habit. That's what I'm just gonna use. And I don't know. It's just a really quick one. So I have had a few questions, or that if people have asked for me to make videos or a video on basically being a mom at the age of 16 and having children with Down syndrome. I do have, for those of you who are not aware, I'm sure everybody is though, but I do have 2 children that have Down syndrome. My firstborn son, and he is, oh my God, this stuff is just like powdery as hell, girl. My firstborn son, and he is 26. And then I have my fourth child, which is my daughter, Holly, and she is currently 17. Now, a lot of people say, are they your children? Because I do have 2. Yes, they are. They are both my biological. They both came out of mama. Yes. I did have a test. This is just a little story time because you guys have asked. And if you would like more story times and more of this, please leave the comments down below and I will be more than happy to make videos and give you guys an in-depth look of my life and how things have, you know, of everything that has gone, you know, how everything in my life has taken place from being a 16-year-old mom to, you know, the present. Anyway, I have 5 children altogether. Billy's my first son, my firstborn child. And did I know he had Down syndrome before I had him? No. I had what they called the alpha-fetoprotein test, you know, that blood work that they take to see if your child, you know, has Down syndrome. And to be honest, the test came back negative. I did, and the ultrasounds did not show either, but that was 26 years ago. I did find out when he was born that he had Down syndrome. Now, my daughter Holly, though, I did know, but again, the alpha-fetoprotein test came out negative. It did. It came out negative again. But when I had an ultrasound with her, she had, you know, I know I hate the word, but I got to use the medical terminology. She had what they called growth retardants, where I was like 26 weeks and she was only measuring at a 25-weeker, you know. So they were able to see, at that point, what they seen in the ultrasound is that they thought she had like club feet. Club feet are when the feet are turned in. So they sent me to a perinatologist, and and I never cried so hard in my life. They thought that she was trisomy 18 or 13. There are different forms of Down syndrome. Your most common that you see every day is trisomy 21, which is what my children both have, trisomy 21. And they thought because of, you know, her disabilities and her growth that she was going to be trisomy 18 or 13. And I cried so hard only because of the fact that I know that she would not survive. That is a severe form of Down syndrome, and they usually, don't last past birth or past the first couple of months. So naturally, I cried so hard. So I had the amniocentesis done, and it came back that she was trisomy 21, and the doctor was quite baffled because I was excited. I was like, oh, thank God. And he looked at me like, why is this good news for you? And I, you know, which I thought was kind of ignorant as it was, because anyway, we'll move along from that. But I said, if you would have looked in my medical chart, you would see that I already have a child with Down syndrome. So I'm very happy that she is trisomy 21, you know, instead of what the other outcome would have been. And then he understood. Anyway, so Holly, I knew I knew she had it, but Billy, I did not know until he was born. Speaking of little Bill Meister. Nope, he doesn't want to come over. So anyway, when I had Billy, you know, the doctors told me I was 16. I didn't know what that was. And then they proceeded to ask me, this was the hoot, guys, if they told me that there are adoption agencies that specifically adopt children with Down syndrome. I looked at this lady caseworker and I said, where in my chart does it say that I was giving my child up for adoption? Where does it say that? And she said, oh, well, I figured with the disability and your age, bitch, I was mad. I was like, I'm not a statistic. I am a human being and I can do this. So they had at this time, which I'm so upset now that they don't have, they had a program through this wonderful, you know, place called the Catalytion Center that moms can go, young moms can go with their kids as they got therapy and everything. And it was, you can go to school with your child, which I did. I went to school with Billy for 2 years. I learned about him. I learned everything that I needed to know about Down syndrome. I learned everything. They taught me so much. Without that program, I don't know where I would be. It would have been more of a struggle, but I still would be where I am today. But it was a very, very helpful and wonderful program. So I learned a lot about Down syndrome, and it turned out to be, you know, amazing and wonderful and great. So, I got to touch a soul here. Holley, on the other hand, I'm going to tell you guys this hands down. If I would have had Holley when I had Billy, the situation would be much different. Because her medical needs, ooh girl, were much more severe. Holley, they had to take out of me when I was 36 weeks, but she was measuring only 28, I was 36 weeks and she was measuring only a 30 week. She was born 1 pound, 14 ounces. And that baby fought tooth and nail for her life. She fought tooth and nail, and she is here today, wonderful and thriving, but she had a feed tube because she could not suck, swallow, and breathe at the same time because of her prematurity. She has a condition called hypogammaglobulinemia, which is an immune deficiency, which we did not find out until she was, how old was she, honey, when we found out that Holley had that? I want to say 5 or 6.
Yeah,
because it was years of back and forth to doctors and hospitals and things like that. I am blessed that I had Holley when I was an older age and I was more experienced and I knew better, because I don't know, ooh, this is beautiful, what would have been otherwise, to be perfectly honest, and I'm not going to lie. I don't know, I believe I would have been able to handle it. I 100% know, but with my immaturity at the age of 16, even though I was mature, I went to school, I went to the library, I read books, I did everything that I could. I did a lot of research. I did everything that I could to ensure that I can be the best mom for him possible. You know, I wanted to be the best mom possible. So this is just a little bit of a touch bit on some story times that people have asked for and that you guys were very inquisitive of. I just wanted to give you guys a baseline of, you know, how things have come, you know, of a little bit of a history of when I had them. Did I know what some of the deal is? If you guys want me to do some videos on some experiences and things like that, and like just throughout the years of things that I've learned and things that I have gone through, leave me know in the comments and I will continue to make the videos. You know, even if I can just help somebody and educate them, or to help somebody to say, you know what, it's okay. Down syndrome is okay. I know there are a lot of, oh girl, that I shouldn't have did that. I know there are a lot of fears, you know, when it comes to children with special needs, and it can be a very scary experience. But if you have knowledge, knowledge is power. And the more knowledge and the more friends you have out there and the more support that you have, the better. I gotta fix this. So give me a minute and I will be right back because I just totally messed up. But I will be right back. Okay guys, hello. Finished look. I just felt in the mood for reds today. So anyway, seriously though, leave me a comment down below if you want me to like kind of make like a video series. I can do like a little video series of, you know, some things in life. Again, let me know. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Kisses.